upbeat music playing. Host, welcome, sports fans, to another exciting edition of Four-Year Starters Daily Lineup. I'm your host, bringing you all the latest in the world of sports with more energy than a stadium full of cheering fans. Today is Sunday, August 13th, and we have some thrilling stories to cover. Fun fact: on this day in 1995, the Atlanta Braves set a Major League Baseball record by turning 5 double plays in a single game against the San Diego Padres. Talk about some fancy footwork on the diamond. Host. First up, we have a story that will leave the New York Mets feeling like they've been tackled by a whole team of linebackers. The Atlanta Braves, showing the tenacity of a 4-year starter, pulled off an incredible sweep in yesterday's doubleheader, extending their dominance over the Mets. It was a display of pure sportsmanship, combined with strategic prowess that left fans and analysts alike in awe. We'll dive into the details of this epic showdown and discuss what it means for both teams moving forward. Transition music playing. Host. And for our second story, we'll be taking a trip across the pond to the world of soccer. The Matildas, Australia's national women's soccer team, made history yesterday with a thrilling penalty shootout victory over France. It was a match that had more twists and turns than a roller coaster and had the crowd on their feet, holding their breath until the final kick. We'll break down the key moments, analyze the players' performances, and highlight the significance of this historic win for the Matildas and women's soccer as a whole. Upbeat music fading out. Host. So grab your favorite sports beverage, get comfortable, and join us as we dive headfirst into the action-packed world of sports. It's time to get fired up with Four-Year Starters Daily Lineup. Let's go. Upbeat music resumes. And now, folks, hold on to your seats because we're about to dive headfirst into the exhilarating world of sports news. It's time for our rapid-fire headlines segment, where we'll be blitzing through the latest and greatest stories from the world of sports. So get ready to kick it into high gear as we race through these electrifying headlines. Story number 1 takes us straight to the baseball diamond, where the Atlanta Braves put on an offensive clinic. They swung their bats with pure power, launching not 1, not 2, but a whopping 6 home runs. And let's not forget about Nicky Lopez, who showed off his incredible versatility by notching 4 hits and even stepping onto the mound to pitch an inning. Talk about an all-around performance. The Braves soared to a jaw-dropping 21-3 victory over the New York Mets. Moving on, story number 2 takes us across the pond to the world of football, where star striker Harry Kane has made a record-breaking transfer to join Bayern Munich. The anticipation was sky-high for his debut, but unfortunately, it didn't quite go according to plan. Despite all the excitement surrounding his arrival, Kane and his new team suffered a disappointing loss. But hey, it's early days, and there's plenty of time for this football phenom to make his mark in Germany. And finally, in story number 3, we shift our focus to the gridiron, where the NFL preseason is in full swing. These exhibition games have been nothing short of thrilling, showcasing standout performances from both seasoned veterans and fresh-faced rookies alike. It's a sneak peek into what we can expect from the upcoming NFL season, and boy, oh boy, does it have us on the edge of our seats. The anticipation is building as we eagerly await the highly anticipated matchups that lie ahead. Wow, folks, what a whirlwind of sports stories we just raced through. From the Atlanta Braves' offensive onslaught to Harry Kane's new adventure in Germany and the excitement surrounding the upcoming NFL season, the world of sports never fails to keep us on our toes. So stay tuned, because with each passing day, there's bound to be more thrilling headlines coming our way. And that's a wrap for this edition of Rapid Fire Headlines. The Atlanta Braves showcased their dominance over the New York Mets in a doubleheader on Saturday, securing 2 commanding victories and extending their winning streak against their division rivals. The Braves' pitching performances and the Mets' offensive struggles were the key factors in the series. In the first game of the doubleheader, Braves pitcher Alan Winans delivered an outstanding performance. The rookie pitcher threw 7 shutout innings, allowing only 4 hits and striking out 9. Winans, who was left unprotected by the Mets in the 2021 Rule 5 draft, found satisfaction in his dominant outing against his former team. The Braves' offense exploded in Game 1, hitting 6 home runs to secure a commanding 21-3 victory. Matt Olson led the charge with 2 home runs, while Ozzie Albies and Nicky Lopez also contributed with long balls. The Mets' Daniel Vogelbach hit a 3-run homer in the 8th inning, but it was not enough to overcome the Braves' dominant performance. In the second game of the doubleheader, the Braves continued their strong play, winning 6-0. Kevin Pillar broke the scoreless tie in the 5th inning with an RBI single. Marcell Ozuna and Ozzie Albies added 2-run hits in the later innings to secure the victory. Braves pitcher Spencer Strider held the Mets to just 3 hits over 7 scoreless innings, earning the win. Strider's impressive performance included 6 strikeouts, showcasing the Braves' pitching prowess. On the other side, the Mets' Jose Quintana took the loss after allowing 1 run on 4 hits in 6 innings. The New York Mets had a disappointing day in the doubleheader, as their offensive struggles continued. In Game 1, the Mets fielded a makeshift lineup due to injuries, lacking key starters Francisco Lindor and Brandon Nimmo. Although the team managed to avoid a shutout with Vogelbach's home run, their depleted lineup struggled to generate enough offense. In Game 2, the Mets' bats remained silent, resulting in a 6-0 loss. Manager Buck Showalter expressed frustration with the team's offensive struggles, acknowledging that it has been a real challenge for them. The Mets have now lost 10 of their last 12 games and are struggling to find momentum. The Atlanta Braves' dominance over the New York Mets was evident in this series. With the doubleheader sweep, the Braves have now won the first 3 games of the 4-game series and extended their winning streak against the Mets to 8 games this season. The Braves currently hold the best record in baseball and take particular pleasure in defeating the Mets, who have often boasted about their ability to beat Atlanta. The Mets' struggles against the Braves in this series have resulted in their worst run differential over a 3-game stretch in franchise history, being outscored 34-3. The team will need to regroup and find a way to improve offensively if they want to turn their season around. The Atlanta Braves' dominant pitching performances and the New York Mets' offensive struggles were the defining factors in the doubleheader sweep. The Braves showcased their strength on the mound, while the Mets struggled to generate enough offense to secure a victory. The Braves aim to maintain their winning ways as they go for a 4-game sweep on Sunday, while the Mets will need to regroup and find a way to break their losing streak. In a nail-biting quarterfinal clash, the Matildas, Australia's women's national soccer team, secured a historic victory over France in the Women's World Cup. The match, played in front of a passionate crowd of 49,461 at Suncorp Stadium, was filled with tension, drama, and heroic performances. After a hard-fought 0-0 draw in regular time, the game went into a penalty shootout, which turned out to be the longest in the history of the Women's World Cup. Both teams converted their first 6 penalties, showcasing their nerves of steel. It was Courtney Vine's decisive goal that ultimately sealed the victory for the Matildas. Goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold deserves special mention for her outstanding performance in the shootout. She made 3 crucial saves, keeping Australia in the game and adding to the tension. France put pressure on the Australian defense in extra time, but a disallowed goal due to a foul by a French defender provided some relief for the Matildas. Star striker Sam Kerr, who had started the match on the bench, was brought on in the 55th minute to try and break the deadlock. The game saw close chances from both teams, and Arnold's heroic saves kept Australia's hopes alive. Mary Fowler also came close to scoring, but her shot was cleared off the line by a French defender. With this historic win, the Matildas have reached the semi-finals of the Women's World Cup for the first time in their history. Their next opponent will be determined by the outcome of the England versus Colombia match. The Australian team has shown remarkable resilience and skill throughout the tournament and will be eager to continue their impressive run. This victory has not only captured the attention of soccer fans, but has also inspired the entire nation. The Matildas' achievement is a significant milestone for Australian women's soccer, and their success has sparked discussions about declaring a public holiday if they win the World Cup. While concerns have been raised about the potential economic impact, previous public holidays have shown to boost economic activity. In conclusion, the Matildas' thrilling penalty shootout victory over France has marked a historic moment for Australian women's soccer. The team's resilience, skill, and heroics have captivated fans and inspired a nation. As they advance to the semifinals, the Matildas will continue to make their mark on the Women's World Cup. Upbeat music fades in. Host. And that's a wrap for another action-packed episode of Four-Year Starter. We've covered all the bases, hit some home runs, and scored some major touchdowns today. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like we just won the championship. Co-host. Absolutely, my friend. This has been an absolute slam dunk of a show. We've tackled the toughest topics, analyzed the most incredible plays, and celebrated the indomitable spirit of athletes who give it their all, day in and day out. Host. That's right. We've left no stone unturned and left it all on the field. But before we go, we want to give a huge shout-out to our amazing listeners. You guys are the real MVPs, always cheering us on and fueling our passion for the game. Co-host. Couldn't have said it better myself, partner. We appreciate each and every one of you, from the die-hard sports fanatics to the casual enthusiasts. Your support means the world to us. Host. Absolutely, and guess what? The game isn't over just yet. We've got even more exciting content coming your way. So make sure to follow us on social media to stay in the loop. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as at 4-Year Starter. Join our community, engage with us, and let's keep the conversation going. Co-host. That's right, folks. And remember, tomorrow is a brand new day, and we'll be back with another episode that will knock your socks off. So mark your calendars, set your alarms, and join us right here on 4-Year Starter for more sports talk that'll get your adrenaline pumping. Host. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, keep chasing those dreams, keep cheering for your favorite teams, and keep living that sports life. Upbeat music fades out. Thank you.